175.3. Hey y'all, Artist Poet Girl here, also known as APG Jamie, and today we're going to work on a canvas piece which will be on exhibit in March of 2016 at the gallery in the Medley building in Conroe, Texas. And here I am cutting out some mask. And the funny story about these masks is I really didn't need mask except for to shield my sky from the grass, you know, the ground part, foreground, and the foreground from the sky. Yeah. So you'll see me redrawing these things, these masks, into a stencil. Stencils, this is all on one piece of cardstock because really it was mostly stencils that I needed. Let's see. Just outlining those same pieces with the ink pen, and then I'm going to cut them out with a craft knife. There will be a list of ingredients below, as is usual. And also there's going to be a link to both my blogs, and I will have a cross post on both of them, depending which one you want to go see, because they're going to be essentially pretty much almost the same. Probably maybe a little more information on the Personal for Fun blog. Yeah, I think I saved pictures over there already. I don't know, because I end up, kind of messing up the tail end of this. I got carried away in junk. Oh, that's just some regular Scotch tape, you know, gift wrap tape, and I'm just kind of rolling it together and sticking it on the back because I want to temporarily stick down. Now that is a mask, that mask. And that strip there is going to protect my sky portion from my ground portion. And I'm using burnt umber and unbleached titanium white to make my ground. That's essentially the darkest color. And I'm using a brush to apply my underpainting. And my hope was to use a sea sponge pretty much for the whole thing, which I really succeeded in, even though my underpainting is done with a brush and I have some shading done with a brush. For the most part it's done with a sea sponge. Now this process has been, time lapsed, and it took me quite a while, a few days, a while, because you gotta have drying in between and whatnotage and stuff. And so here I'm mixing up my sky, which is whatever that color, blue and white, and every shade of blue and white in between once I get my undercoating on, which will be the darkest there. And so there we go. Now I'm going to start my sponging process, and I masked off my my foreground there, which I have the piece upside down because it's easiest for the artist to do what the artist needs to do. And I did paint the edges because I wasn't sure what kind of framing, if any, I was going to do on this. Of course, by this time I've decided I am framing it myself with rustic wood, which you'll see a photo at the end. I varnished it, and it was setting outside to dry before I stick it all together. I don't have any photographs of it framed, but it will be framed. And that's just a big hunk of sea sponge. You really can't do this with the celluloid. I don't know how you say that word. Your household kitchen sponges. Well, I guess you could. I don't know why not. But I just happen to have sea sponge, so that's what I use. And I did that all over for the sky. And here I'm adding some white. And in between we end up with drying times, and that's all cut out. You can see it's pretty mottled looking. I'm very happy with my end results. And yeah, I probably, maybe, who knows, might try this again. So now this is going to be a little house, and I forget what colors I used. Oh, there we go. Yellow ochre. And it was really thick, so I added some matte medium in there to thin out that viscosity just a little, because my yellow ochre got pretty old. Anywho, now I'm using a smaller sponge because I'm going to be sponging a smaller area. And yep, I wanted my house deliberately misshapen. And again, you can't tell. So, I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, you'll find out towards the end of the video I'm not feeling well, and yeah. Hey again, everybody. So I'm kind of drying my little stencil there because I didn't want to, smear it around. Now I'm using, I used a couple of different yellows. You can't really tell on the video, I don't think. In real life, you sort of could. And that is bleached titanium. Pretty sure. Heat gunning it. Some. And now I'm going to go up here to my sun. Yeah, it's a very simple composition, which is, yeah. That's what I was after, very simplistic. And I am sure probably y'all have seen this composition before. If not, now you have. So there I was using yellow, and again with the yellow ochre, and heat gunning it because I want this to blister, which it sort of does. And to make it blister, your surface, that there's crimson red I'm adding because it's kind of leaves, it's kind of orangey. Anyway, your surface paint dries, but that's underneath, the paint that's underneath is still damp. And when you hit it with a heat gun, it gets hot. It sort of makes the underneath damp paint steam, which makes it blister, bubble and blister. Now I'm going around the sun with a little bit of shading, not too much, just a little. And I'm adding in some more red. You can't tell in the video, I don't think, but that's what I did. And now we're going back to the house, and we're going to add some shading on it. Did I mention I was really happy with this piece? I am. And like I said, it will be in the March Art Exhibit 2016 at Conroe Artley Gallery at the Medley, in the Medley building. Information on the blogs, which you can find the link in the description below. Now I'm adding some clouds because I thought I wanted clouds. Now we as artists reserve the right to change our mind. Much like women. Coinkadinkle? Who knows? It's a creative process, okay? Yeah, here comes the lost footage and my excuses. For my close-up. Anyways, footage was neglected to be filmed because that last little segment I had also ate lunch and realized I had left the camera on. So I turned it off, and then after that I washed my hands and came back and just went to working and never gave another thought, one single thought, to turning the camera back on, because really I wanted to show y'all this whole process for this particular piece, which is now titled Home. It is part of the will be part of the Dustbowl Motel theme, which has to do with a play that will be showing at the Crichton. There'll be more information on my blogs. I will do a cross post as well. And I have the hat on because I am not feeling well today, but I wanted to get this done, so I didn't forget. And yeah, that's why. So anyway, here we go. So here's the piece. You know, it's that whole getting in frame camera thing. And as you know, I used a sponge. Now, I ended up not liking the clouds that I had worked in there, so I sponged back over with the blue and the white and everything in between that. Okay, and then I also over here, repaired the sun by doing the same thing with the yellows and crimson red. It will be a list of ingredients below the video, people. Don't you know? So anyway, trying to be straight. I don't know. I'm a little cockeyed. So anyway, and then once I got that all done, I went over it with, I just fingered over it with some zinc white, which is, yeah, it's a little different than the regular titanium white. And trying to see, can y'all see the blistering on the sun? That is an effect reached by heating the surface. The surface paint is dry, and then you heat it, and it makes the underneath paint steam, sorta. I mean, that's sort of what it does, and then it causes the blisters, which is the effect I wanted on the sun. Then to achieve what appears to be white lines, I used, let me get it, here we go. I used an old key card and, you know, did it in the paint, and then just, you know, well, in a more straighter-ish sort of way. And the part that you guys missed out on was when I, oops, this side, shaded on the house a little bit. I used the, what is that, raw umber, and made a cast shadow over here and up underneath the eave and around the little door and the window that I made on there. I also put, goodness gracious, backwards. How the weather girls do this crap? So anyway, where am I? I don't know where I am. So on the house, I also put a little white edge on the front part of the little house. And the grasses, which y'all didn't get to see that part at all. Again, I took the sponge. I used probably, yeah, unbleached titanium, some of the yellows, and a mixture of whites and yellow ochre. And I used my little mask, you know, I masked off the sky. And then I just sponged the different colors, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And once that was dry, I took, oh, where'd it go? I just had it. Oh, y'all hear that? Craft-a-lynch? More like a crap-a-lynch. I took a smaller key card that I cut too smaller, and it still has a straight edge. It has a sort of a corner. This particular one is, oh goodness gracious, weather girls, rounded off, and then I have a pointy edge, and I did that into black, the crimson red, and white. Let's see what other color. Probably just a straight up unbleached titanium as well on that. And just went tick, 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 you know, just little lines here and there. Made little tick marks. And can y'all see that? Man, I am so happy with this piece. It really makes me happy. Yeah, I signed it. I still need to put my varnish on it. Am I going too fast, making you seasick? Sorry. Forgot to tell you to take your seasick meds before I started, yeah. And so there we have it. Hopefully you don't feel like you missed out on much, because it was essentially a piece where I wanted to mostly, and I succeeded in just using a, where am I? Sea sponge for the whole thing. And I succeeded with that, with the exception of the shading, a little bit of shading. I used washes on the house. And, well, y'all saw the part where I went around the sun. Look, I'm doing it. Okay, sort of. And that shading there. Those were accomplished with a brush. And I will have photographs. I was a silly girl and got rid of all the photographs of the between shots, you know, because I do between shots and check with my husband, see what he thinks, and, you know, a lot of times we come to agreement on things, and not always. So, but a lot of times, in this case we did. So, yeah, I'm happy with it, and we are calling it done. And I'm going to go edit this in bed, because, yeah, I'm not feeling so well. But that's about it. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. I really, truly appreciate it. I appreciate all my new subscribers and all of you that watch and share and give me the thumbs up. Woohoo! And your lovely, kind comments. They really boost my confidence. And yeah, I hope I'm encouraging you as well to do your art and to be happy with your art, and just laugh and be happy with everything, even when you're not feeling so well. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Happy arting, y'all.